Rabbit, everyone.
Dolls.
June.
First
Wait,
day of June.
I have to play this for a second.
Is busting out all over the meadow and the hill. For the busting out of foot and the rocket river, ripples all the little wheels that wheel beside a mill. June is busting out all over the thing to tell.
Love that.
Happy Pride.
It's Pride Month. You know what that means. Be nice to every gay in your life. They only get 1 month.
Be nice to the gays. Just give it a month. You don't have to after that, but just be nice to us.
I'm excited to see which corporations prove their allyship over the course of the month. I'm hoping for maybe Doritos will get into the mix this year.
I think they're all afraid after looking at you. The Dylan Mulvaney of it all. I think everyone's afraid to show support right now.
I don't know. I think Target's
removing their Pride merch.
Well, it was children's merch. And it was ugly. Let's be honest. They did those kids a favor because that merch was heinous. You just don't want your kid to get made fun of for wearing the ugliest t-shirt known to man. It has nothing to do with gayness or trans. It really is just Hidmo. They kept their proud, sexy lesbian shirts, I think. So Live, Laugh, Les. Wasn't that a shirt that Target had?
Oh, I don't know.
I think they had a line of Pride stuff for adults. I think they kept them. I think people just get a little freaked out about the children, so they took those off, which honestly fair. You there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's a Carey's in his Pride mode. He goes, don't even go there, sis.
I'm sis. No, I'm just
keep those kids' name out of your mouth.
Those kids?
Keep those kids.
I'm just kind of what's the point? Why? It's just it's all so stupid. Pride stuff is
money marketing grab.
Of course. But I'm just it's virtue signaling to be an ally for a month and then not care for the rest of the year. It's virtue signaling to take the stuff away to protect family values. It's all just bullshit.
Well, yeah, giving anyone a month is bullshit. Everything is bullshit.
Happy Pride to the streamers with an amplifying LGBTQIA voices section for a month.
I'm obsessed with any streamers amplification sections because they are really missing the point entirely.
Yeah.
But go off. You got to do you. You got to get people to subscribe. I get it.
Thank you, Max.
But here at SUP,
we're 24/7.
It's been fucking gay since day one.
We are. This is a supremely faggoty podcast, and I feel like we don't get enough credit for that.
I would argue that probably everything I've ever done has been supremely faggoty from the jump. So
yeah,
you're welcome, gays and lesbians and trans people, everyone in the flag and unbees. I have thoughts about you, but I'll take it. I'll let you live this month. Bisexuals.
You bitch. It's a great time.
We're moving on. I need to talk about
one thing
that I read. All right, say it. It's your month.
No, the truest gift we've gotten for Pride is that fucking Samantha Jones is coming back.
I know. You called it, honestly.
You
said you did.
I never lost hope. I truly just felt it in my fucking gut that they were not gonna let her just not be. I just knew. I held out the hope against all odds. Everyone going, no, silence, be quiet, telling me to go stand in the corner and think about what I've done, but I was in the face of all adversity. I maintained my truth that Samantha Jones would be coming back, if not for just like a second.
I rolled, honestly. I was like, someone, this gay really needs to control himself. He needs to really understand, come back down to reality. He is wrong and I am right. And for that, I say, I formally apologize. I was wrong. She's coming
Thanks.
back.
I mean, for literally, it's like a while. It's very like, it's serving a lot of cunt.
She's coming back, but also, is
not.
she really coming back?
So the specifics of this cameo, apparently it's in the finale episode of season 2, so we have to wait a whole fucking cycle to get to her, which I'm willing to do. She filmed it in New York City, and Patricia Field came back to dress her for this one scene, and not any of the other, which I'm like, that's a slay.
Power
That's
move.
a coup. She required no physical interaction with any of the women.
Same.
Like, not just SJP, like Cynthia, Kristen, like no one else.
None of them, and not Michael Patrick King.
And
She said,
yes.
none of you will be here.
So apparently the scene is that Carey and Sam have a phone call. And so they were acting, they're putting their actor hats on and doing a phone call scene where no one is on the other line and they're not near each other, and they're going to splice it together to look like they're talking to each other. And I'm thinking it's some kind of like reconciliation, or like a, we're never going to be friends again, but just know that I have love for you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the second option, because it can't lay groundwork for them being friends in the next season, given the fact that she refuses to be in the same room as anyone involved with the show except for Pat Fields. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm grateful. This does feel like Pride.
She posted on her Instagram, "Happy Pride." So she's giving
Happy Pride. I went to work for half a day for you guys.
Half a day.
I think
maybe an hour.
Yeah. Happy Pride. I cashed a fat fucking check to work for 20 minutes.
I got a mill to do a fucking phone call scene with some woman I despise, without actually having to see her.
I put everything aside so that I could go to work for 20 minutes, get paid $1 million, and act with a wall.
I mean, it's literally an actor. It's the dream.
This is why we yearn to act, is so that once you're of a certain age, people will be like, I will get on my hands and knees, suck you off, and pay you $1 million to come into work for 2 minutes, say one line, and then go. And then everyone will be like, yes, queen. And everyone that paid you will be furious that it's come to this, but you bank out and the fans are happy. And that's why these ladies do what they do.
Can we just, if she can do this, can there just be like a Samantha in London side plot where like once in a while she can get on a Skype or like a Zoom or a phone call with one of these bitches back in New York City and just like pretend to talk to them, and otherwise we could just get to see Sam being like a Golden Girls style, like
this
Sam
is
in her
actually
60s, just
genius. You're hired. If I was Michael Patrick King, I would call you up literally this afternoon and I would say, Carey O'Donnell, you're hired.
Please hire
3 of In Just Like That. We're getting this writers' room together. Also, what the fuck is going to happen? These writers and AMTP or whatever it's called, they need to wrap it up because there's a season 3 of In Just Like That to write. So TikTok.
Hey, Pay the writers, and then we can get on with it with season 3.
I know, because you
Studios.
just thought of the best idea of all time. And honestly, now is the right time. I would even take it one step further and say this 10-second phone call deserves its own spin-off, Vanderpump Rules style, where you follow
She
the
walks into the
camera
other room.
and it's she walks into the other room and it's just Samantha and Swing in London. And it's just sex, and that it becomes Sex in the City. And then in Just Like That can stay in Just Like That, but Samantha never entered in Just Like That universe. So she's now Sex in the City, and it's her and her fabulous friends sucking and fucking their way through Swinging London. Who's
Sam,
with me?
I'm with you. Sam can just gallivant about cheeky London, where everyone's cheeky and has a giggle and like is like a little edgelord, and she can do her thing and be, you know, British humor. And it's good for Kim because she was born in Liverpool. Her whole family lives in Liverpool. She divides her time between London and Canada and New York, so she can just be a British, tap into her Britishry and just do her fucking thing. And like, imagine Sam just getting fucking railed by some hot Brit.
And she doesn't have
Like,
to
I
put up
wanna
with
see
these
that.
women and their bullshit
No.
anymore, because they're all bullshit at this point. Like, let's be real. All their problems are annoying and lame, and they can have it over there on the other side of the pond. And then Sam can take things internationally. She could start in London, and who knows where she could go. She could be traveling all over the world.
Yeah, once you're over there, it's like a gateway to the rest of the world. Once you
She could
cross the pond,
her spinoff could just be called Sex in the World.
Sex in
the Cities.
Sex
and
in
then
the
she's
Sex in the Channel.
Sex in the Channels.
Literally, Sam can hop in the Channel and go to Paris for like a lunch and then come back. Like, I just want to see her.
She's
she
the
can do
glamour that
this-
we've been missing. If she can do this, she can do a
Yeah.
spinoff. And I think that
on.
at this point, she could even change her name and identity. Like, if she can't play like Samantha Jones, if there's something like legal about that, I really think that we should all start thinking about what is it like. She changes her name and identity, and then she's just like Pamela Moons, and then spitballing here, there are no wrong answers. And then Pamela Moans is just she's Sex in the City, but she is Samantha Jones, and everyone would be along for the ride. That's all anyone wants, is Samantha Jones' glamorous life. Sucking, fucking, wearing couture. Pat Fields could style her. Let's get Darren Star on the horn. I'll bet that he would do this just as a fuck you.
Well, he's in Emily in Paris, so like, why
I know,
not
so
stay
it's
in
like-
London?
Done.
Pamela Moans,
Pamela in
in
England.
Cambridge Gardens, Kensington, London. Like, I just want to see it. I just want to see her on the tube. No, she wouldn't take the tube. I just
What
want to
if
see
Pamela
it.
Moans was one of her friends, her international friends on Sex in the Cities, was Lisa Vanderpump? I think that they would be friends.
I just like, if she can get this fucking, she did that. She edged us all. She fucking played hard to get. She did it until no one could take it anymore. And then she was like, fine, give me $1 million and I'll do a fucking 20-minute filming session.
Here's the thing.
And like,
we let her have her
Run
time
wild.
away. We let her do a series of truly piss shows. And then now we're getting her back where she truly belongs. And I'm sorry that sometimes it just has to be that way. Sorry these other things didn't work out. I could have told you that they were going to be bad, but it is what it is.
I
You
agree.
tried, and now you're back. So let's do Sex in the
cut
World.
the shit. Just cut the shit.
It's
Cut
time
the
for
fucking
everyone to
shit.
cut
I'm
the
sorry.
fucking shit. It's enough is
I
enough.
love Kim, but like, you know, and like, honestly, good on SJP. Like, also like underrated. Like, she is the dark horse ally in this moment because she sucked it up, probably swallowed her pride, no pun intended, and just was like, fine, I'll fucking talk to a wall. You know, good for her.
She knows, but you know what?
knows
Like
where-
any
she's a
good producer, she knows what needs to be done. And I have to give it up to Kim because she knows what needs to be done too. So this is a step in the right direction. And let's just hope that let's hope that things happen from here.
The new trailer's wild.
I haven't watched it. I kind of am signed off on trailers because Vanderpump Rules and their trailers have burned me. And I've said enough. I'll only watch teasers. Fun. I only want to be teased. And if you're trailing me, I'm not interested.
It at least looks a little more like fun and frothy, you know, like a margarita. I think it feels like that. So I'm happy. There's a line where Miranda goes to Che, I feel like I don't even know who you are anymore.
Che Diaz villain edit season 2. I'm ready. Che Diaz is the villain.
Cheable in Paradise. That was bad. Like Cheable trying.
Like a table?
Like Trouble in Paradise. Treble in Paradise.
Okay. Michael Patrick King calls back and he goes, we're rethinking your role.
Listen, I earned my seat at the writer's table.
I want to just segue into another harrowing news item that I came across that I was going to talk on about on our Patreon bonus episode, but we kind of ran out of time, which is that Taylor Swift's fans are wearing adult diapers to her concerts because they don't want to miss out on a single moment of Eras tour. So,
or what? Sorry, you broke up for a second.
Taylor, yeah, I know this is bad. Zoom said you can't hear this, but Taylor Swift's fans are wearing adult diapers to her concert because they don't want to miss 1 second of Eras tour.
It's giving astronaut woman.
Taylor has simply turned the girls into the astronaut woman.
That isn't. I'm not surprised. I'm like really darked out. Sorry, I'm darked out by the Swifties. They're all giving girl from Plainville. They're all giving Michelle Carter vibes.
They're Michelle Carter.
Their social media presence is fucking Michelle Carter. The way they dissect and like ruminate and have conspiracy and are just like, it's girl from Plainville.
Oh my God, you're so right. And also the way that they like tell everyone to kill themselves if they talk bad about their queen, they're full Michelle Carter vibes.
And they're all really mad that she's with that Maddie Healy, who I don't give a fuck about. But
yeah,
I'm
who
also
the
like,
fuck cares? Get a life.
But who fucking cares? He was on Come Town podcast.
Let her get dick down. Let her get some dick for once. Let her get some dirty, yummy dick. She deserves it. And she likes it. She likes it, and it's good for everyone. Let her get it.
To me, it's giving a little like Pete Doherty.
It's great. She needed to edge it up. I was bored with Joe. I said snooze. I had the snooze button on these two. Maybe she'll start dressing better.
But people are like, I'm just so disappointed in her.
Then
shut up. Then you're not actually a fan.
Off.
Then you're not a fan. I don't give a fuck about him. I think he's annoying. I don't like anyone named Maddie who's 34 years old should go to jail.
I listened to him on the Bret Easton Ellis podcast and I was like, all right, I get it. I like him. Why not? She needs a little bit of edge in her life.
But yeah, I'm also like, don't tell, whatever. Okay, continue.
So adult diapers are trending for that reason. And then I also was reading that she's like single-handedly like stopping the recession with this Eras tour. Like she's boosted the tourism in Las Vegas. So there was some statistic that was like she's boosted the tourism and the Las Vegas economy to pre-pandemic levels by just going there on Eras tour. Taylor Swift, honestly, for president at this point, like if she's gonna do this, then you can't really fault her. This is crazy though, that like one person can just change everything economically.
Taylor like is the national mint.
She is. They should print her on like a coin.
She's giving Paimon.
She is.
She's like she's like literally like capitalism in the form of like a 6 foot tall lady.
I mean, I want to go to Eras tour.
I would go.
If anyone
It's
has
fun.
anyone has
Yeah,
an
anyone
Eras
has a
tour
hookup,
plug, let us know.
Hook
We'll
us
go
up.
with you. If you help us get tickets, we'll go with you. If we're sitting next to you, but if we're not gonna. Don't give us the tickets still, but like we can't guarantee anything.
Would love that. I
Yeah.
mean, I want to go. I mean, I feel left out kind of because it's just like I just that process of Ticketmaster, like I just couldn't even fathom that whole like wait list. Anyway,
No, I can't do like a waiting room online.
but I honestly salute to the fans that are just shitting themselves.
You know you love something when you will shit yourself while watching it and be
Yeah,
confident and cool. And then not only shit yourself, but like dance and sing with a dirty diaper on.
it's bringing out the real. Like last night in Philly, there was a video of Nicole Kidman, Keith Urban, and Jennifer Lawrence sitting together.
That's cool. That's a power trio.
Yeah,
No, I'll bet they're not shitting themselves though. A pee diaper. I've often thought
I'd
about
do it.
like what it would feel like to just pee in a diaper. I'm curious. Maybe if we get tickets to Eras tour, I'll try it out.
we'll wear Huggies.
We'll go Lisa Rinna. It depends. And I'll piss myself. I don't know if I could actually piss myself in good
done
conscience
it.
standing like standing around people being like low key peeing myself.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, give me like 40 ounces of water in the morning and my grande quad shaken espresso, and it's a shocker that I don't pee myself.
It'll be Tinkle
It's a
Town.
done deal by noon, doll.
Forget it, Jake. It's Tinkle Town.
But yeah, I just had
Speaking
to
of
get
adult
that.
diapers,
I just had to get that out. I
I
had to
love
let
it.
everyone know. But we have bigger fish
I think
to
the
fry.
people in this. Yeah, I'm Carey.
Well, what? No, what were you gonna say?
I think the cast members on this reunion are probably wearing adult diapers. I think James needs to be wearing an adult diaper because he keeps going pee-pee.
He's
I think
giving
James is going to the
Carrie.
bathroom
He's
and-
giving Carrie O'Donnell with how often he has to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but I also think something's going on.
Do you think he's having a little nose candy?
Maybe. Possibly. He could just be excited.
He could be hyped. He's just so hyped. Okay,
I'm Cody.
I'm Larry, and you're listening to Sexy
Sexy Unique
Diapers.
Podcast.
Pumpheads. Before we really get into it, I have to plug a few things. Number
Yes.
one, we have a show in LA on June 14th at Dynasty Typewriter. It's gonna be an event that you won't want to miss.
Mage.
Tickets are almost sold out, so get your tickets now. You're gonna have FOMO if you don't. You can go
Come
to
on.
sexyuniquepodcast.com, scroll down, and there are links to all the tickets. Plus, we're not even taking a breather from that show because the next day we're flying directly to Chicago for a show on
At
June 15th
Pre-dawn.
and 16th. We're getting up at 4 a.m. to get to the airport at 6:10 so that we can go perform that night. June 15th, Sleeping Village. June 16th, Sleeping Village. June 16th, sold out.
It's sold out.
Sold out almost instantaneously. June 15th is like 3/4 of the way there. You guys should get your tickets now for that too, because just go to both.
We had a sold out run of 2 shows in Chicago in 2021, and it was literally so fucking fun. There were repeat attendees. It was just like it filled my heart, and I want
Those
that
were the-
again. And I yeah,
Yeah, those were the
Say it.
best shows of that tour, in my opinion.
Yeah,
The energy that Chicago brought to the table.
energy, and it's summertime. It's June. It's just like it's the best time to be in Chicago. The venue's incredible. Everyone in Chicago, we just love you so much. So just come on out, make it a double sold out.
Make it a double.
Make it a double.
Go on, make it a double.
Go on.
Also, I don't know. We never like plug this, but it's like a really good thing. And lots of content is going to be dropping, lots of videos of the podcast. There's a Sexy Unique Podcast YouTube channel that I've been sleeping on, and I think many of you have been too. But
talk about Sleeping Village.
We have all these videos, like literally all of our Berkshire's Ultimate Girls Trip episodes are on there. Every one of our Jersey Shore recaps is on there. All of the Vanderpump Rules recaps, like starting today and every weekday through next week, a new Vanderpump Rules recap is dropping on YouTube. And those are true, like uncut, raw episodes. Catch up. Look at us.
Uncut
do our thing on YouTube. It's Sexy Unique Podcast on YouTube. It's great. Subscribe. You get all this video of the pod. And if you're a Patreon subscriber, you get bonus videos every week. And those are always happening. But there's a lot of video content for you guys. And
Uncut
I want you to be on our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and subscribe for more.
So June 14th, LA, Dynasty Typewriter. June 15th, June 16th, Sleeping Village, Chicago, Illinois. Come on out. It's going to be great. It's going to be an extravaganza that week. We're fucking pounding the pavement. We're on the fucking road.
We're getting off our asses and fucking
us.
Working this summer for you. And we want to do it.
Anyway.
So it's great. It's the best of all worlds. Reunion Part 2. First and foremost, we need to talk about Rock, because we were blowing up the group text last night with friend of the pod, Sierra, and the big question on everyone's lips was, what is happening with
wrong
her?
with her?
What's wrong? What's the deal? What's she going through? Like, what's happening? And I kind of am thinking maybe she was brainwashed by Sandoval a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like a weird it's like a little like the bad vegan thing.
Mm-hmm.
Feels a little like
very
that,
bad
like
vegan.
One person cult. She seems positively vacant. I was actually like legit disturbed by the lack of a reaction to what she was watching on the monitor.
She seems confused. Like, it seems to be confusing for her. And the only explanation I can really provide is like, she really didn't understand that this is how people were going to feel, because maybe she was talking to Sandoval so much and Sandoval only, and he was like telling her one thing, and she was just like, oh, what he says, his word goes above everything else, and so I'm just gonna like believe this person because it's giving Manson girl energy.
Yeah, I had that thought when in the Sandoval episode when he goes to see her, like, just totally wrapped up in him. No one else in her life, like he has just made himself her like God King.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he is, I really think he's a terrible person.
Yeah, he's just so committed to lying still and does not understand that the jig is truly up. Like, there is no saving face at this point, and everything you do further condemns yourself.
Yeah.
And
he also
so
was just,
you should just you need to just like give it up.
Totally. I also think he's just like he's narcissistic to a degree that's just like he can't fit, like he physically recoils when someone is not talking about him. Like I was watching his body language. Anytime anyone else was talking about like their own, he was huddled in the court. Like when Lala was talking about Randall or like Jane, like he just cannot. He can only think about himself. Really.
Yeah. I mean, he also is dumb, and I think Raquel's IQ is also questionable at best. So I kind of think that they belong together. Like two dum-dums together is great for them. It's good for them. It's not so great for their offspring. God bless if they procreate. It's not so great for the world, but for this show and for the viewers, like I want to see them stand the test of time, and I want to watch, and I need them to be together next season. Like I crave them together.
I do think I'm conflicted because on one hand, I have some empathy for Raquel. I think she was like worked over by this man. And I think I think I can imagine like if you're committing this act over and over again and you're lying and deceit, you're probably traumatized in a way by what you're doing. Like I think it's like she's like injuring her soul, I think, when she's doing this. And at least I think if like the amount of like secrets, the weight, the mounting weight that you're carrying on your shoulders is probably like crazy making.
It either
and,
is
like,
that
dissociative.
or it's you split. You have like a total split where it's like when you're in this situation, you're Raquel, the best friend to Ariana and Sheena, the girl that would never do something like this, who's just like everyone's little sister. And then when you're with Sandoval, it's like, I have met the love of my life and like we belong together and what we're doing is right because it feels right and we have so many feelings. Like I think there is like a split because she doesn't seem like a traumatized person that feels a lot of remorse or guilt. She truly seems like a person that's just having a lot of realizations, as she would say. Like I think probably for you or for me maybe, or for other people, like everyone deals with it in their own way. Like, and you've said you would feel really like you would be racked with anxiety, you'd be like stressed the fuck out, you'd be scared and like on edge if you were Raquel in the situation. But I feel like I don't get that sense from her that like that's what she's going through.
Yeah,
she seems
I guess I'm putting
confused, and she seems like, I think there was a split. And I mean, she is an adult person that made her own decisions. I think she willed herself into a place of total denial of reality in order to keep up this like ruse.
Yeah, two things. I mean, that was one of the things I wanted when she has her one-on-one with Andy. She says, like, I think I was living in my own world. Which I was like, that's like surprisingly lucid because you fucking sure were. But also at the same time, she's very creepy because she really does seem to enjoy getting in the middle of a relationship of another relationship. Like even if it's just sharing a bed, like I think that's inappropriate. And I think she enjoys like being like sucking the like like I think she just enjoys being in orbit of another relationship. Like even Sheena and Brock like letting her sleep in their bed with them. Like I think that's bizarre. I don't care how good of friends you are. Like that's fucking weird.
It's very like seeking mommy and daddy's love, which might be somehow connected to like adoption trauma. This is just
maybe
full armchair psychology, but like needing to get, because she's not doing that. Doesn't seem like she's doing that with the gays.
No, and she needs, like, it's like, even when in the pre-Sandoval like episode at the something about her night and Lisa's birthday, when she goes outside as Katie and Schwartz are talking, and she needs to be part of something. Like, she is addicted to inserting herself into a relationship. Like, I feel that. Like, it's sick. And like, it's very, that is when I'm like, I can recognize that there is something deeply wrong with her, like, and like maybe something she can't control that happened to her. And for that, I feel some empathy. But at the same time, like you said, she's an adult fucking woman. She's almost 30. And you're not a little kid. You were in control. You knew what you were doing. And I think it's really fucking weird when someone is like, needs to be like a third. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little weird. Once in a while, it's like kind of fun to play like third, like to be like pound around with a couple, like whatever. But like, there's a pattern here. And even if it's something as like kind of benign as like, can I sleep with you guys? Like, I think that's bizarre. And I think she's fucked for that.
I think she knew what she was doing was wrong. I don't think that she had no idea that it wasn't wrong, but I think she found ways to justify it and like live in a fantasy world or create a fantasy world where like Ariana would be like, it's cool, like, great, that's awesome, that's amazing that you did this. Thank you.
No, I think she like truly was like, Ariana's gonna be like, girl, it's good, it's all good. Like,
she's like, we're friends, like, she'll get it.
I'm glad I know it's cool that Tom like cream pied you in my home.
So let's go back to the beginning and then we'll like get into it. LVP has been fully silenced at this point. She goes, Lala, sometimes you're pretty aggressive. And Lala goes, you've got to stop. You've got to stop. It's like, true grandma, shut up.
I know.
Grandma was silenced. They put tape over grandma's mouth.
But I will say she got it together, and I was glad to see her sort of pressing the Toms a little.
Yeah. She needed to be set straight. James gets up and
she needed to shake a little of her internalized misogyny.
James gets up again and leaves, and then Lala she goes, you moron, to Tom, and he goes, you're the fucking moron, pulled your IUD out the day you found out Stassi was pregnant. I was like, that has nothing to do with this, you sinister fucking mustache worm.
You know what I think too? Like, when I had a realization, I was like, he's hated all these people for he hates these people, and he has for a while.
True. I mean, he hates Katie. I don't think he likes Lala at all, but I don't think Lala and him have ever really gotten along, if memory serves.
But I think he's just like, even like, I just feel like he truly, when he says to okay, I don't want to get into it like too far into it, but I just feel like I felt like I had this moment where I was like, oh, this is someone that's hated his friends for years, and now it's all finally coming out.
He has a level of disdain for them that's comical because he's so stupid. Like, and I think he genuinely regards himself as a more respectable human than the rest of them. And I'm like, had you not had Ariana to hide behind for the past 9 years, you would have been the biggest joke on the show. And now, in retrospect, for anyone that's just now watching, knowing where everything turns out, you are the biggest joke on this show.
You're a clown.
You're a clown.
I'm a clown. Anyway.
James comes back and Andy goes, just stay in your fucking seat. Like, please, I'm begging you. And Jim goes, sorry.
Yeah, James needs to like take one of those. What's that reducing overactive bladder medication? I gotta go.
He
That's
needs a
James.
diaper.
He does.
Lala talks about her and Rand's relationship. I watched Randall Scandal last
Oh,
night.
you did?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't really tell you much that you don't already know, except he's just a real piece of shit and like abused many of his assistants. And then one assistant of his sued him and they settled. So at least like that guy got some justice. But that guy is like traumatized from working for Randall.
I mean, Lala, so she mentions, she goes, and just a reminder, his spokesperson is the same one that Harvey Weinstein used. I was like, damn. But
Imagine
she kind
being
of,
that person.
yeah, they're the devil.
Rand was a fan of the show before meeting Lala.
Mm-hmm.
And he went in to go eat a meal at SUR, which is the #1 red flag. If someone willingly goes to SUR and is not just going to like walk a lap and then immediately leave or like actively make fun of them, if you're going there in earnest to like have a meal and then meet someone to form like a romantic relationship with, you belong in the insane asylum.
She goes, yeah, I was hostessing, and he came up and he said, do you have a manager I can speak to about you acting? And then Lisa went, he was looking for pizza. And I was like, all right, Nana's back.
Nana's sundowning again. They're like, someone make Nana a hot cup of milk and put her to bed.
And he basically, and she kind of,
Lisa comes out in like she comes out like naked, wandering around.
like Hereditary style.
Like, you know, when like old people just like, they no longer know and their tits are out.
Yeah. It's giving Steve's mom eating pizza out of a dumpster.
There was an episode of Dave this season where they like are the whole like everyone is on tour with Lil Dicky. Any of my Dave heads out there, it's truly the best show on TV. But they like get stuck overnight in middle America in like a small town. They're like staying at this girl's family's house, and like Nana walks in the living room while all of them are like eating, and she just like pulls up she's naked and she just sits on an armchair, like stares off into space, and a dog comes up and starts like licking her vagina. And they're like, what the actual fuck? And that is Lisa at the reunion.
It is.
She's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom right quick, and then comes back out and sits down nude. And she's like, where were we? Now where were we in this? Where are we right now?
Where are we, Miss Kid?
This isn't SUR. This is SUR. She's all the cosmopolitan.
This is in Villa Blanca.
They're like, Lisa, Villa Blanca closed. That's like the hardest thing she's
she
ever
thinks
had
it's
to hear.
2014.
They go, every time Lisa goes Nana mode, we have to tell her, break the news to her that Villa Blanca closed. And she gets really sad.
Lala kind of is like, she's a little reinventing the wheel with her story of how she and Randall, like, everyone's kind of correcting her version of the story.
But I get what she's saying. She's like, when we first went out on a date, I let him hit it. So like she just like went through casting process. What movie did she get cast in?
I think that movie where she was like in a trial next to Robert, one of them.
No,
Al
I think
Pacino.
that's after she proved her like chops. She might have been like a cop in a movie or something. Anyway, the Vanderpump Rules cast member to cop.
I know, it's a
movie
lot.
Pipeline
Ariana, Lala.
It's alive and well. Which casting director is like, you know what? These girls look exactly like a female police officer.
What's that show with Holly Hunter, Saving Grace, where she plays like
A hard nosed,
but like a woman on the verge who's also like a genius detective, and she's like, I want to feel. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
the
but she
meme?
looks more like a cop. She's like not a cop, but she looks more like a cop than like Ariana or Lala.
You know?
But we have to remember the Midnight in the Switchgrass. They cast Megan Fox as like
an FBI agent.
The FBI agent. I was like, in between cracking cases, she goes and gets like fox eye surgery. Oh, the darkest thing though about I will say the darkest, yeah, is that in Midnight in the Switchgrass, Randall basically like put Bruce Willis to work, and he truly was like not knowing where he was most of the time, and Randall was getting real fed up with him.
He got like mad at him, right?
Yeah, he'd just get frustrated and like explode or like walk away. I'm like,
poor Bruce.
To have that like on your conscience. I mean, TBD if he has a conscience, but like that's dark-sided and truly evil. I make fun of nanas, but I love him. At the end of the day,
No.
I wouldn't put him through that.
No, this man is succumbing to brain disease. It's like
you're wrong for that.
Cruel. Also, he's Bruce Willis. Sorry, he's an American institution.
Lisa goes, "You're on to talk. He slept with Kristen to get on a television show." And James goes, "You should be thankful. You should be thankful." And I was like, honestly, he's not wrong. She should be thankful.
You should be thankful. He goes at one point, he goes, "My DJ has made tenfold, Tom, and the most extras.
My DJ business puts your business to shame. Makes so much money." I was like, work. Imagine fest. Then it cuts to Katie, and she's looking at Schwartz, and she goes, hair. He goes, what? I literally was like, it cuts to Katie, and she goes, trade me.
I was like, and even a moment like that, I'm like, let him flail.
Let him flop. She's got to let go.
Restrain yourself. You don't owe him that. You don't owe him fix your hair. Just let him look like a fucking idiot, which he already does.
We need to cast a spell. We need to cast a trade me spell. And we need it.
She went, fix your hair.
She goes, hair. We need to cast this. We need Cherub from Seattle to teach us how to cast a trade me spell.
Cherub. Go consult with Cherub. She is a bona fide beach.
She's a beach that lives in Seattle. A hero amongst heroes. And Cherub, if you're listening, shout out to you, but also please cast a trade me spell. Katie needs to like be in the dead of night and have the winds be whispering trade me to her. She goes, trade me. And then a dark figure like Donnie Darko style is like in the distance, and she's like, what is that? And she kind of walks towards it, and it goes,
and it's her.
And it's her, but just like kind of
trench
warped.
coat.
Mm-hmm.
Babadook style.
It's Babadook. It's Katie in that reunion dress and a top hat.
Yeah, she has great meat.
And she opens up her mouth, and Trade Me jumps down her throat, and then she's overtaken.
And then she goes and sticks her fist into Tom's mouth.
And he goes, we gotta take a break. And Lisa goes, is this lunch break?
He goes, yeah, it's lunch break. And then they all walk out, and as Ariana's walking out, she goes, you guys finished with that fucking rat yet?
I'm scared of her rage.
I know.
She's Trade Me.
She's definitely Trade.
She's gone full Trade Me.
Later when so they take their lunch break. Tom goes, they cut to Raquel's trailer 100 yards away from Sheena. That's the and Sheena's in there just like, or Raquel's in there just Tom comes over.
Getting her wits about her. Her sweater.
He walks in.
That's a 5150.
She's in a whole place of 5150. She's wearing like an outfit that like the the older girls in like a dance studio at like a small town dance recital would wear. I'm like, what is this fucking getup you got going on?
She's
Tom's
dressed
wearing-
like JoJo Siwa.
Yeah, and she's also Tom is like looks like a little boy
the
with his
Crow.
little coat. He comes
Why as a
in.
man are you wearing that coat?
Yeah, I mean, I went through a peacoat. I went through a
You have I
It's in
can
New
see
York.
you emanating some peacoat energy.
I had a toggle coat with a hood, and my
You were
friends
Paddington. You said
my friends
I
used
am
to call me
Paddington.
Toggles. It was like my clearly like me like coked out of my fucking gourd in Midtown East with like a green toggle coat
Your-
with a hood.
Alter ego, like drug persona was Toggle. So
I look like I was like Don't Look Now, the like little woman and Donald in Venice. That was me running around with my hood on.
God,
Little
you've
green.
been living on the Isle of Manhattan or in Brooklyn when Toggles O'Donnell was storming the streets.
I slept in that coat.
I'll bet you did.
I looked cute
I'm
though.
crying. Oh
Like a
my
little twink.
god. Toggles. Okay.
So Tom comes in, he's like, "Hey," and they hug, clearly like holding themselves back from kissing. They're being so fucking weird with like,
They're weirdos.
and Tom is going in there to work on her. He's doing the thing he did with Ariana, where it's like the cameras don't see what's really going on. But first they talk, and he's like, "It's as bad, and it's bad in there." And he goes, "It's as bad as I thought it was going to be." And he goes, "They're really making me and you out to be pathological liars." And Raquel goes, "Which we know we're not."
Because the only thing we lied about was this affair.
So
The only thing we lied about was having a
Was this-
7-month-long affair. We only
She goes-
lied. We only were pathological liars for 7 months.
she goes, everything that's coming out right now makes me think that you weren't actually in a bad place with Ariana. Seems
She's-
like she thought your relationship was on the mend. I was like, okay, good, call him out.
Yeah. I don't love the way you and Ariana's intimacy is coming across. And then he's like, we weren't. And then it cuts to 114 minutes earlier where they're like, our relationship was solid. And he's like,
No, he's like, she always undermined me. And
she talked
You
down
see-
to me, dude.
you see a flashback of him putting on the ugliest outfit ever. And she goes, don't wear that.
No, she goes,
is
I
like-
literally wrote it down because I was like, what does she say? He goes, what do you think? And she goes, I don't love the green pants, which is a completely normal, level-headed
Absolutely.
piece of feedback to give a man, your long-term
Partner.
significant other, when he puts on a very hideous pair of pants. I was like, that was actually very normal and respectful. If I did that and my boyfriend suddenly started wearing sequin pants and having like a band, I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I had a boyfriend who like decided that he wanted to do stand up. And I literally was like, if you do this, it's over. Like, don't ever do that to me. I was very mean about it. And I was like, she's actually like very nice.
Yeah, I was like, what do you talk? Like, that's, if you can't tell your partner, like, don't wear that out of love and not in like a mean way, but like she did it in a level like, I love you, please don't wear these sequin pants.
Yeah. And the cameras were
And he's
rolling
like-
and she could have humiliated him in that moment. And she chose to show him a shred of fucking grace.
He's a pussy. He's a fucking pussy.
Also,
He just wants someone to go, you look amazing, Tom.
know, and then he-
wear is godly.
he basically said like that she went from like telling him she didn't like his sparkly pants when he asked her what he should wear to suddenly saying, Tom, you're so good at fashion, you should wear whatever you want. And then that's when he fucked her. He started fucking her again after. And it's like, okay, do you not understand that makes you look like a fucking crazy person?
He also goes, yeah, and she suddenly like started complimenting me, and I was like, oh, So you're both turned on and disgusted by that.
Like, that's what you wanted. And also, like, poor Ariana to like have to go through couples therapy and then be like, God, all I want to do is like verbally abuse my fucking moron boyfriend. But I'm really going to try and work on that. And instead of telling him that his fashion makes me want to rip my own vagina out and destabilize my uterus so that I cannot bear his children, I'll work on saying he's so good at fashion and be like really supportive of his truly heinous outfits. Do you know the mental, like, that causes
Mental
like
gymnastics.
mental illness to have to like be put
Well,
through that, to like
seems
look
like it
back and
did.
be like, I really tried. And you know that someone wanted the relationship to work if they were like, my boyfriend wears platform sneakers and bell-bottom yoga pants and asks me what he should wear all the time. And when I have a normal reaction and say I don't like his style, he gets really frustrated. So I want this relation to work. So I'm just going to tell him that I love it. I would be dying inside too.
Ariana loved this man through his streak phase.
She loved this man who said he wanted to be the next Michael Jackson. Like, that's love. I'm sorry. Like, Tom Sandoval is hot, taking everything away and just judging him as like an avatar. He's hot, but I do not think that. I mean, I don't know. He's hot and maybe the dick was good, but like, once that wears off and you're like, oh my God, my boyfriend is wearing Lululemon yoga pants right now, like, I would really, really struggle with that.
My boyfriend looks like Elizabeth Taylor and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
My boyfriend looks like Clea Duvall. Not meaning to.
He wishes.
He just does. My boyfriend's wearing yellow platform Converse and a yoga pant and a headband right now. My boyfriend's more ready for a Bunda class than I am. My boyfriend's wearing female athleisure.
My boyfriend's wearing Fabletics.
My boyfriend is a proud Fabletics subscriber.
So he kind of like, he's like, Ariana's gonna come for you. I'm like, fuck you. Get ready to be thrashed by Ariana. And then he goes outside and then he comes back in because I think he saw the paparazzi and he was like, I want to have a moment. So he comes back inside and into the trailer and he goes, can I just talk to her? He goes, man, can I just talk to her like without the cameras rolling? And they're like, no, if you're together, we have to film you. It's like, clearly there was like some kind of contract or they had to sign something.
Well, I think that that's probably how it goes at every reunion where we film everything. And also, like, you're mental if you think that you're the crux of drama.
You are
this entire
Sandoval.
season. You are Sandoval. So like, you should have talked offline before this all happened. You don't get to take a break and then figure out how you're going to play this thing. Like, it doesn't work like that.
And they go outside and he goes,
I'm shocked that the producers were so patient.
then that like muscly, I was like, he's that one
Patrick.
producer.
Get over here.
Great ass.
Bald Daddy
and
Patrick.
He's just kind of like, he's like, Tom, are you kidding me? Like, this is what the show is. And he's like, stop filming me. I'm upset.
You're crazy. He goes, no, man. Get the cameras out of my fucking face, man. I want to talk. He goes, dude, I don't feel relaxed. She doesn't either. We have to watch what we fucking say. I was like, you guys are liars.
He goes, I'm in a really delicate place in my life.
I think that they're still lying about the timeline of this affair.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the preview for next week is the last 5 minutes will change everything. They clearly were having an emotional affair when she was with James Kennedy, and that's why they broke up.
I
think
think
she
that
broke
they
up with
were.
him.
This goes all the way back to 2021. Even I would argue Rachella. Why did he pay that much money for them to get engaged?
Absolutely. He
And
was
I think
flexing.
they could have been having an emotional affair. I think they could have kissed before then, or they could have fucked, but then they decided, like, when did things actually really start in earnest? Like, we're gonna do this or we can't fight our feelings. But I think they're saying August, like since August, like it's the way that they all pin it back to like this girls trip and they anchor it to that. It's so kind of
Absolutely.
arbitrary. And even the way Raquel says it to Andy and her eyes kind of dart down, I'm like, she's lying. They're lying. They're still lying about this.
Literally lying. They're so full of shit. And I think that's what's going to come out. And I think he paid for that engagement to be like, look, I'm a real man. I can pay. James can't afford this.
Yeah, I think it was loaded. There's loaded energy in paying for that. And like making sure it goes off without a hitch. Like there's something to that.
Like if Simon paid for someone else's engagement like that, I'd be like, huh?
I'd be like, why are you spending $12,000 on this person's engagement?
And I think
and
that's
not a vacation with
yeah.
me. Yeah.
I think that's what's going to come out.
That's a good call. I like that. I love James having lunch with all the girlies. He truly is like gay best friend.
This is like him in the cafeteria in grammar school.
Mariana goes, when he gets done with Little Miss Homewrecker, when she comes out of this haze and starts making relationship demands, he's going to be feeling a different way. That's what happened with me. I was like, that's true. James goes, Little Miss Homewrecker, I love that.
Then Miss Allie comes out.
Allie, truly, she is first lady.
Allie is iconic, and I think she will be like the center of the show within like 3 years.
She sits down, and you know how I know she's good is she sits down next to Katie and she goes, you look so good. I love that. And Katie's like, thank you. And I was like, what a kind liar she is.
Katie went, thanks. She looked fab. She kind of looked like Lady Miss Kier from Delight. Like she had kind of like a Leah Mobb, like kind of the gloves that like very like 90s kid. I just loved her outfit and she looked amazing and she held her own. And I think everyone enjoyed seeing her. Lisa had a smile on her face when she walked in.
Lisa knows she has to play nice with the new queen. Allie,
at one point when James is like, when Tom's talking about them fighting at that awful club in like Calabasas or wherever the fuck, or Woodland Hills, and then Tom starts talking, she goes, no, that didn't happen. No one saw it, so I don't know what that means.
Power. Andy asked if she had seen Vanderpump Rules before she came on the show, and she goes, I'd seen Vanderpump Rules during COVID. I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, and I was like, she saw that show and said, I need some of that DJ JK dong. And then she went and got it. Go
Andy
off.
was like, were you worried about some of James's past behavior? And then she goes, yeah. And then they cut back to him looking at Katie going, are you pregnant? Don't come for my bitch. And don't come, and I won't come for your fat cunt of a man. I was like,
when like James has never not served.
What?
James has been giving since day one, since the moment in season 2 that he dove into the swimming pool during the photo shoot, and we all said, who is this man? He's been a crucial player, and we should all be thankful. Also, I'm crying.
I know.
All the sweet James, I love him.
Lisa goes, he cries often with me because I'm sort of a matriarch to him. And he goes, how did it feel when Raquel was talking about what James said to her parents? the last Thanksgiving they spent together. And she goes, I didn't love that.
Comes out that James called Raquel's mom fat and said that her dad is miserable because he's married to like a fat bitch. And then Sandoval leans over to Schwartz and he goes, he called my mom that too. James is out here fat shaming mothers, which I don't love, but I think it's kind of iconic.
Sandoval's giving a little EJ Global.
Sandoval has descended into EJ Global territory. James also says Raquel's mom, sorry, it's Tony. Touch. James says Raquel's mom would often talk about James' penis size.
Yeah. I think it's really, that was strange. And they cut to Raquel sitting in the trailer just going.
That was the one time that I was like, wow, Raquel is taking this in. She is really having a reaction to that. I could kind of see her inner monologue in that moment being like, oh no.
Mommy.
Remembering sitting around the dinner table while her fucking mom was like, what's your dong like, kid?
It's literally the scene in Waiting for Guffman when Catherine O'Hara's drunk and she goes, what is it like being with an uncircumcised man?
And then the flashback that gave me true chills where I was like, Raquel is a villainess was when they cut to like the hibachi dinner for Sheena's wedding. And James is like, so you kissed Schwartz, you kissed blah, blah. You kissed a lot of friends in the group. Who are you going to do? What are you going to do next? And Raquel goes, just trying a little. And I was like, I need more of this. This is so sinister.
He also said, I remember someone calling this out, but he also said, you've kissed Peter, you've kissed Tom, you've kissed Schwartz. And I was like, is he talking? Did he know something?
Yeah.
Just trying to live a
Alien-
little.
Just trying to live a
Do
little.
Just trying to live a little.
Just trying to live a little. Wow.
Wow.
Allie and James take breaks from drinking. Then they get into like arbitrating who's a bigger alcoholic, like James or the two Toms.
Tom, they keep cutting to him anytime anyone's like saying anything positive about themselves, and he's like this.
It's really sick. His
it's
facial
scanners.
expressions. Schwartz goes, 2 cocktail James is great. I was like, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Naylor.
Shut up. You're an
gonna
addict.
pop
Shut the
you.
fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut up, bitch. Both of you need to shut the fuck up. Shut up. And then Tom goes, we were contracted to do shows in Atlantic City. I'm like, oh my God.
Ugh.
And he said that one time James got kicked out because he was too lit.
Yeah, he goes, he smacked a girl on the ass in Atlantic City and then to give her an NDA to sign a contract with Sheeshu. Sorry, doll. That's fucking iconic. That's DJ James Kennedy. DJ James Kennedy just
Listen,
tucked your ass. And
that's
she
not
signed
good.
it. So it's good, I guess.
Atlantic City is a dark place. Your first
Honestly,
mistake is doing a show in Atlantic City. But
Your
I want
first
to do
mistake is
I wanna do one
touching
there.
down in Atlantic City thinking that your ass won't get smacked by some drunk. I love Sandoval going, and you cost us a job. I was like, yeah,
Shut
because
up.
the two of you fucking clowns can't get a job on your own. James goes, I put on a fucking show. You guys just drink and take pictures. I was like, where's the lie?
And then
I've
Tom
seen
goes,
it.
and then at the club in Woodland Hills, James got kicked out again for fighting with Raquel. He grabbed her arm, apparently. And then James goes, and what were you doing at that time? Making out with Raquel in the shadows?
He goes, your whole band knew. They all told me that they knew. I was like, damn.
Tom goes, no, that's not what fucking happened.
Lala goes, we could circle the drain on this issue, but the fact of the matter is the two of you drink a lot. And it cuts to Tilapio and Sandoval, and Tilapio's sitting there like, he also hasn't said a word this entire time.
No, he's like barred out.
Yeah. James goes, mustache worm, pussy ass bitch, and then runs off, only to be brought back again.
They cut to Sandoval again, and he's like that. He's like that meme of that kid going,
James Kennedy sits back down, and Andy goes, James, I heard you bought a house. And he goes, yes, James Kennedy is a homeowner. He goes, it's 3-bedroom little gray house. I was like, no, not a gray house. I was like, I know that, like, truly the thing that haunts me more than anything in this world is how many houses and apartments just have gray floors. Who did this? Who decided this? Gray is like so disgusting.
Parking garage vibes.
Yeah. And Sandoval goes, James, congratulations. I was like, you fake ass
Shut up.
bitch. Shut up. You don't mean that.
You don't mean anything.
You're bullshit, mate.
Then they're like, bye, Allie. And she goes, okay, bye.
Lisa goes, she goes, thank you, Allie. Good job.
Okay, bye.
Hey, bye-bye. They sit her down.
She goes on a cloud and she goes,
she just kind of lifts out
yeah.
of the scene. She moves like they do in Hereditary, like Tony Collette's headless body, where it just goes up into the tree house. It cuts to Katie and Schwartz's evil dinner at Sheeshu and Brock's wedding, where Katie went full trade me mode in the French restaurant. Katie goes, oh, you love Brock? She goes, you love him? Your friendship, you love him? Your bond is that fucking strong? And he goes, oof, 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 oof. She goes, be real. Be real.
Be real.
Be real. Be real.
And Schwartz goes, she has a history of diminishing my friendships. And then Katie does the line that we've seen 1,000 times. She goes, you're a serial killer's wet dream. You're friends with everyone. You're going to get yourself chopped into pieces because you're so trusting. And Tom goes, that's not true.
She goes, you're a people pleaser. He goes, I'm a people person. I was like, you need to be leashed and tied to a stake.
In a field.
Instead, like, he really, it's just like, it's better for everyone.
Yeah.
He needs to be crated.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about like Allie being, oh, this is before Allie leaves, but they're like talking about the fight that they got in and like their awkward vibes that got James kicked out of Woodland Hills. And he goes, yeah, it was the first time she was in the room with all of you fucking weirdos. It's like, this man, give him an Emmy.
He's a genius.
Mm-hmm. Andy turns the tables on Sheeshu and starts to talk about her epic beatdown. He goes, what can you say about this night? Did you punch Raquel? And she goes, well, we'll talk about that after the 29th. I can't speak on it until the 29th.
And I can't speak of anything.
He goes, but did you punch? She goes, I can't talk about it, but we will on the 29th.
And he goes, okay. Does anyone else have anything to say about this? Do you think Sheena? And then Katie goes, she didn't punch her. I mean, look at her nails. She just probably. And then Lisa goes, I think she might have slapped her across the face.
Lisa goes, I think she slapped her. And it cuts to Raquel in her trailer, and she goes, no.
Shut up, Raquel. Shut up.
Look at her fingernails. She can't make a fist. Sheena goes, then they ask Tom Sandoval what he thinks happened, and he takes a true 30-second pause.
a pregnant fucking pause with her ever husband. And then Lisa goes, "Why can't you answer the question?"
He goes, "I don't want to hurt my relationship with Sheena." And Ariana goes, "You don't have a relationship, you fucking idiot." This is what I need to see, is this man just getting berated, because he
so
is
much-
truly, he's an idiot.
But he has so much rage at Ariana. It's unbelievable. Because earlier he says something and she goes, "You fucked my friend." And he goes, "Oh, that's your get out of jail card free for everything now, huh?"
And James goes, "Yeah, it is the fucking card, mate." Sandoval says on the phone he heard Sheena say, "I just punched that bitch in the fucking face." And she goes, "I did not say that. I did not say that. It's not true." And he goes, "I'll take a polygraph right now." I was like, yeah, and you'd probably pass it because you're a psychopath. You're a liar. Polygraphs
Truly.
also, I'm like, they don't mean anything. Why are we still doing, what's with this ruse?
When someone says, "Give me a polygraph test," they're a
Lying.
psychopath.
Yeah.
Um,
Lala goes, "She didn't say that. I literally talked to her on the phone." And Sandoval keeps saying, like, "Yes, she did. I heard it. I heard it, man. I heard it." And she knows, "I was on the phone with her and she didn't hear that." Sheena goes full Sheeshu mode. She's never actually been more traumatized than by this like restraining order and this moment.
Lala's like, "It's been really," I think, aside from everything. Oh wait, so then Andy, we cut back to his one-on-one with Raquel, and he's like, "This restraining order," and she goes,
Yeah, I totally 100% regret filing this restraining order, and I've actually been working with my lawyer to have it dismissed.
He's like,
She goes, "And here I have it here."
she holds up
because I actually and pulls out a finger from under her fucking cushion. I was like, Rock, you're wild.
Also, what's it's like a smiley face.
It says "Sawi" with its little smiley face.
And then Andy goes, "Here I have it." You see Sheena's face, and he goes, "This is by Raquel. She handed it to me to give to you because she physically can't give it to you." And you see Sheena's eyes. There's like a little bit of fear because she's like, "Oh no, what's coming?"
Well, Sheena literally, I believe that she thinks she's gonna face like months behind bars.
I know. She's so cute.
She's so cute, and she did not deserve this kind of treatment.
No.
Also,
Then-
the fact that this has affected her daughter, she was like, "I'm crying all the time." And then Summer Moon sees me and she starts crying. She goes, "She literally hyperventilated the other day because I was crying." I was like, Raquel has wreaked generational trauma on Sheena and her family.
It's this part. Honestly, Sheena is the most like. I was so gripped at this moment when she's like, "This means so much to me to have, because this is causing me so much stress." It's stressful to have like this hanging
yeah.
over your head. Like, she's never gotten into legal trouble before. Like, she's a good person. And then she goes, "I love that girl. And I let her live with me. I gave her a home when she didn't have one. I let her sleep in my house. I took care of her. And I made her promise to me that she would never do anything like this, that because me and Ariana were ride or die with her." And she said, "I won't." She said to my face. And like, she's so truly upset. And I was the most moved I've been this whole, with that moment.
The
And you
heart
cut
of
to
the
Raquel
show.
and she's like that. She's going like this.
Tom goes, "No, I totally get it." And Ariana goes, "Shit." I have like an inside joke with one of my friends where we just say shh to each other all the time, like just to shut each other up, like out of nowhere. And I was like, Ariana's literally channeling shh. It's my
yeah,
favorite thing to do.
She's so good at just being like, "Shut up, you idiot."
Because he is. In the pumped up version, they have like this conversation where Andy is like he's asking Tom and Ariana, if they really showed their whole relationship on TV or if they like hid stuff or like what was the deal. And Tom says Ariana was very strict about what was shown on cameras. And she says, no, you used to sit me down and say these people aren't trustworthy. They don't get a piece of this. And then Ariana denies that. But in this moment, I do feel like they had a agreement between each other. I don't know who initiated it, but I always felt like they were holding back and not telling the truth about their relationship and their problems.
I think they were in on that together.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter who initiated it, but like I kind of was like, okay, Ariana, like be real. Be real in this moment. Like
be real.
You can say that. Be real. And Sheena just ride or die backing her sister up. She goes, Ariana's like, I talked about everything. I talked about this. I talked about that. And it was like side storylines that really they don't move the needle at the end of the day, babe. They really don't. They never did. But Sheena goes, you talked about everything. You talked about your vagina. And it's like, God bless her.
But we're gearing up for I was like actually about to start crying when Sheena departed.
I know. Lala, James goes, Lala needs a tissue. I'm like, love Allie, but
I know.
I crave James and Lala to be together. And I think that he's becoming a man that could be her man.
Yeah, she was just waiting.
He's also so much like bigger than he used to be, like beefy.
She needs a beefy man.
I know. Cuts to Rock in her trailer and she goes, now I'm thinking I should have wrote Sheena a personal note. As things are unfolding, I'm having a lot of realizations. I was like, what are you
And the producer
about?
with her clearly in the trailer was like, oh yeah, that's good.
Has a producer like weighed in on what is afoot with Ms. Levis? Because my jaw was on the floor in this moment.
She goes, now I feel like I should have written her.
Like she's like laughing. I'm like, you traumatized a baby, you fucking idiot.
And I understand the urge to laugh when you're really uncomfortable because I feel that too. But like,
I don't know if it's out of discomfort, Lara. I think she's like fully just like, what? Holy shit. People are really mad about this.
Now I feel like I should have written Sheena a letter, a little note.
And Andy goes, Sheena, do you think there's any road to reconciliation between you and Raquel? And she goes, absolutely not.
He goes, will you ever be friends again? She goes, never. Cuts her Raquel.
Well,
like,
per this restraining order, Raquel is coming in, which means, Sheena, you're going to have to go 100 yards from Raquel. And then Sheena, everyone's like, oh no, Sheena. And then Tom goes, I'm going to get up.
He was actually, she goes, well, but first, like, I have a little something. And he goes, oh, I'll stay. And she goes, no, you don't need to stay. We don't need you here. And dismisses him. And then, like, the class act she is, she gives Andy a gold vinyl of her hit single, Good as Gold. I need that.
She goes, 10 years ago, how prophetic. She goes, 10 years ago, on the season 2, episode 1 reunion episode, you told me that by 2023, I'd have a whole album out. And I wanted to give you something. Everyone goes, yay.
She gives him a solid gold record. She should be selling those. She would make $1 million.
And then she says goodbye to everyone and they cart her out as Good as Gold plays, put her in a minivan and drive her down the street to the trailer.
Icon. Sandoval cuts to Sandoval, just like chaining cigs in the parking lot. And he goes, ugh, blowing it. I was like, yeah, I'll say. They come back. Andy has a sit down with Rock where I'm truly like, they're lying. And Rock says she was living in her own little reality. And she goes, Ariana just believed everything at face value. She never questioned anything and never pressed on anything and just believed what we were saying. And I'm like, Yeah, that's called being in a relationship with someone you love and trust. Like, why would she ever think that you guys were fucking behind her back?
And Andy goes,
We're
it kind of
also-
sounds like you're blaming Ariana for this. And she goes,
Well, kind of. Yeah. At the time, that's what I thought.
I'm like, you asshole.
At least she's being honest about that.
Yeah,
but I'm
that's
also
true.
like, damn. I love being like, well, we're lying to this person and literally plunging her into our sick world of deceit where we pretend that we're just friends around her and she believes it. And so it's kind of on her. She goes, that was my mindset. She goes, I'm very ashamed of it. Raquel, I would not trust her around any of my beloveds, not even around my dog.
No. She will fuck everyone.
I'm like, you're completely untrustworthy.
Yeah.
Also, like your mindset, it's like, what is going through your head?
I'm
Just-
very ashamed of this.
Andy goes, did you and Sandoval talk about this? Like, have you been talking about the reunion? Have you been in touch? And she is, well, we have been talking about what could happen at the reunion because we wanted to get our stories straight. I was like,
You're admitting this.
lady.
And Andy goes, did you want to deliver the news in more of like a truncated story to like not? And she goes,
Yeah, we didn't want to hurt Ariana, so we're wanting to tell a story of how we met where it wasn't as long as it was.
I was like, again,
I
at least she's
think
being
you're
honest.
still doing that. I think they're still doing that though.
100%.
Rock says, he's like, are you going to come back to the she's like, I imagine your life is really lonely right now. Because also it does suck for her. Like, Sandoval is the only person she has, like,
And
in her
Tilapio.
corner. And Tilapio. Rock says, she's like, I do want to come back to the show, but it's in question right now. She better fucking come back.
Yeah, but also, like, if I was her parent, I'd be like, you are not allowed back on that show.
If I was her parent, I'd be trying to like, I'd be putting a hold on her. I'd be Britney Spearsing her a little bit.
But I think I also might go like a little Tokyo Tony and just like leverage my own career out of it.
Yeah, I'd be like, actually, can I be on the show too? If I was her sister, I'd be like, Raquel needs allies this season, and I think that I'm gonna move to LA. Bless you.
So then Andy's like, okay, we're gonna bring Raquel out.
It cuts to Sheena
then-
gripping a White Claw harder than she's ever held on to anything in her life.
And Andy goes, hey, Sandoval, I think, or Schwartz, you're going to have to move down one. Because I think originally Raquel was sitting between them.
Yeah.
And then
She should
Ariana
have
goes,
said,
absolutely not.
these people have grabbed the power and they are no longer giving it back. Ariana's about to become the executive head of Bravo.
I kind of think that was like I feel like I would say that. I'd be like, I don't want to see them next to each other.
I want to see them next to each other because I want to see their body language and see what's up and
Well,
like what
no,
they're doing.
But we want to see it. If I were in Ariana's shoes, I'd be like, I don't want to see them next to each other.
Absolutely. I love her telling her boss, like the level of talk back and rebellion that's happening. This is truly, do you hear the people sing the song of angry men?
And then at one point, Schwartz takes out a giant, like
This is-
comically big bottle of like an urn-sized bottle of Xanax.
Xanax bars.
And then and then Schwartz turns to him, or Sandoval turns to him, and he goes, "Say it. Make sure you say it's a prescription so people don't come after." I was like, "Are you directing him?"
No, people are like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm taking a Xanax. And they're like, right now, like on cam, James is, you have Xanax bottle on hand. And then Sandoval goes, tell them it's your medication. It's none of their business. I was like, you're a psycho.
Okay, daddy.
And then
Ariana
he goes, it's
are you
his
about
medication, man. Let him live. I was like, you guys are drug addicts.
Ariana goes, are you about to pop an ecstasy right now? So I'm like, maybe they could be.
He could use one. Maybe liven him up a little bit.
And then
This
Ms.
the
Raquel is
music
waiting in the
of the
wings.
servers who will not be slaves again.
She's
I'm ready for them
backstage.
on Bastille Day to storm Villa Rosa.
I'm telling you, Raquel literally looks like Lady Liberty in this Mata Hari like caftan getup.
This is like America. This is
Yeah.
literally America right now. Lady Liberty strolling in a harlot, sitting down, one
She's
shoulder
backstage and the
exposed.
producer goes, are you ready? And she goes,
Yeah, I'm nervous.
and then Andy goes, we'd like to welcome Raquel now. And then you just hear her and you hear. Also, you can see Sandoval getting giddy knowing that she's coming.
I know, he's hard. They're all sick.
Raquel sits down and Andy goes, hi, Raquel. And she goes, hello, Andy. Ariana's looking down.
I'm really disappointed that we're only going to get one reunion segment with this woman.
It's going to be good, though.
I know, but I just feel like, why are there not 4 or 5 reunion parts? You film
Yeah.
for 10 hours. There's so much more to talk about. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. I think, you know, I save the best for last.
What are we going to do when this show is not on anymore?
We're gonna insurrect.
I'm about
Do
to
you hear
storm
the
Villa.
people sing?
Do you hear the people singing the
Singing the
song
song
of angry men?
Sirs.
This is the music of the podcasters will not be slaves again. No, what are like the
Bravo
podcasters,
podcasters.
the Bravo
gonna
podcast Instagram
unionize.
accounts? What are they going to speak on?
They're gonna storm. They're gonna go. We will hear the people singing the song of angry. And I won't join, but I'll shout down from my balcony. Go forth.
Bastille.
Storm the battalion.
Off
The
with the
army.
head. No, I'm gonna need them to storm into every cast member of Vanderpump Rules living space with cameras and mics, being like, "Do you hear the people say?" They just mic them
People
up and force
singing
them
the
to
song of
film.
Well, it's a good one. No, I mean it's a good like bridge episode. Like we're about to go into like Event Horizon and I'm ready.
Yeah, I need like the last 5 minutes. Like someone gets killed and they've just been hiding it this entire time. Lisa stands up and then shoots Raquel point blank in the head.
Raquel stands up and takes a Lady Liberty gun out. She goes, "Do you hear the people sing?" And then she shoots the ceiling and they tackle her.
That's why
Put her-
Raquel's in the loony bin right now. It's because she was locked
She
and
was
loaded at the reunion.
She was threatening
goes,
a mass shooting.
And I have something to say.
In honor of America, to liberty and justice for our.
And they,
They
She's been in a straight jacket at the loony bin ever since.
to liberty and justice for not all,
But me,
for only some.
at last. I've been having some realizations.
She takes a gun out. It's so good.
Oh,
I'm already
God.
dreading
I can't
Or-
live. I can't live without you. I can't live without VPR. I truly don't know what I'm going to do now. What are we going to do at our shows? We can't talk about these fools.
I was
We'll
thinking we
figure
can
it
like
out.
recap essential like we could I want to recap Rachella.
Yeah, we're going to have to go back in time and do some like
Yeah.
VPR
Deep
Sherlock
sleuthing.
Holmes shit. Yeah. Oh, guys, thank you for
Cult
being along for the
members.
ride with us. This is a beefy episode. Are you happy now? We gave you the old razzle dazzle for an hour 35.
Yeah. Let's shout out some cults.
Oh my God. I forgot about that. Thank God for you.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry teens?
Raquel is like Fontaine.
She is.
Toothless
My
whore.
dog Cosette.
She said, Cosette, I love you very much. No, Cosette is Summer Moon. Summer
She
Moon's
is.
in Marina
Sheena is
Del Rey.
17.
And she goes, there is a castle on a cloud. I like to go there in my sleep.
Oh, sweet.
She goes, there is a restaurant on a cloud. I like to go there in my sleep. Not any food for me to eat. Not in my castle on a cloud. There is a lady over
Okay,
my...
okay.
Les Mis is my music, man. Cult members coming for you. One moment. Okay, I'm gonna go fast. Ready? Claire Walker, Lady Witch, Lady Swamp Witch gives no fucks. Jacqueline, Kelly Hafner, Mary, Maisie McKierney, Mike Earhart,
Maisie.
Courtney Kesselman, Carrie Whitmer,
Kesselman.
Trays, Trench Ghoul,
Trace.
Mariah Kay,
Ooh.
Rochelle Martino,
Mariah Kay.
Hillary, Alicia Gandhi, Nick
Gandhi.
Sideris, Emily,
Yes.
Heather Kelty,
Emily.
Kim Lucas, Catherine Ryder,
Kim.
and Jeffrey
Ryder.
Prama.
Put him up. Guys,
To everyone else,
seriously,
thank
get
you.
tickets to our shows.
Yeah, do it. What's the harm? What's the harm in just doing it? Nike. We gotta go. Love you so much.
See you next week.
Bye.